Hopefully this works.
Well, according to my screen, the stream is starting.
Same here. This is weird.
But you must know that we combined our channels.
Okay.
So we are only streaming on what was formerly my channel and is now our channel.
And because I've got the better internet, I'm doing
Yeah. I'm jealous of her.
I'm in charge.
Oh my god, we are all doomed.
I mean, I think we were doomed from the moment you decided to, Yeah, you know what? I'm just not gonna say anything else. I'm just gonna shut my mouth. I think it'll be better.
Yeah, I was about to say, don't dig your own grave.
Oh, Nightfall's been doing that for years.
I know.
Yay,
I need silver.
Just saying, who else has a poster of Cthulhu over their bed?
I mean, I don't know.
I would take one.
Are you sure you don't want one with the spaghetti monster?
I mean, honestly, if I had to choose...
Put them next to each other.
Okay, everyone. Order in the room. We are live according to the stream. And that means we have to do a recap for everyone.
Mm-hmm. So,
everyone, as you might remember, first of all, welcome to the Wild World RP. My name is VisualPony. Accompanying me are Night.
Hello. I'm Keith. I'm here also.
And we have a special guest who is actually physically with me right now.
Hi, I'm Sam.
Yeah, Sam.
Just Sam.
Sam. Just Sam. That's all you're gonna say.
Yeah. Yeah, I don't feel like saying more. I think that says everything.
Okay, then, moving on.
So, how dangerous he's going to be now.
Don't spoil it for everyone.
Meh. They already know.
You do, but they don't. So, last time on Wild World RP, Midnight and Nightfall got sucked into an alternate dimension where the Lupine Arcanae never were destroyed and actually took over the universe. And she once again got mistaken for Princess Lily by now not Queen Lupina, but Empress Lupina, who was so nice to use the magic of the fifths that she had trapped to send her back to her own world. Returning to their own world, oh, also by the way, Nightfall got his favorite shotgun stolen in that alternate reality.
I'm still slightly annoyed.
Hey, he was playing a slave and suddenly whipped out a shotgun, so the guard took it away.
No. No shotgun for the slaves.
You might have to speak a little louder when you're... Yeah, and when they returned, they found the very, very angry Angel Bunny miming to them that he had to clean up their mess after the living room had turned into a dimensional rift.
I have a question. How did he clean up the dimensional rift?
Never
I don't know, maybe he called the doctor.
Never, ever question the abilities of one of Script's employees.
That's fair.
However, the stream ended with Midnight, sensing the presence of the fifth of the five, who so far has no name.
Didn't we say we were going to call him like Carl or
Not in the stream though. That was afterwards.
I don't know.
No, you're not calling him Carl.
Bob?
Carl!
Real life reasons.
What about Bob?
No.
Sam? Johnny?
Sam is just kind of shrugging next to me.
I mean...
However, shall we begin?
Sure.
So, let me set the stage for every pony. Griffin, dragon, or whatever you shall be. Midnight and Nightfall are in the living room of Script's mansion. Script, Elysium, Lupina, and Morphus are passed out on the sofa, Script slightly drooling into Elysium's mane. And you have sensed the presence of the fifths.
Okay. Looks around, glaring at every corner of darkness that I see, and calls over to Nightfall saying, "Get the four out of here."
It's okay, I'm here.
Can you please repeat that, love?
What?
Can you please repeat what...
You didn't hear me?
No, because Sam was saying something at the same time.
Oh. Looks around, glaring at every piece of darkness that I see in the room, and calls over to Nightfall saying, "Get the four out of this room now."
Don't you maybe want to provoke him again, Nightfall?
Swings his switchblade through the air, tearing another rift, as he casually tosses the other four out of the room and into the rift. Already done, Midnight. Already done. He then proceeds to shut the rift.
It's all right now, little one. I'm here.
You also have to say what you're doing, so...
I appear behind... What's his name?
Nightfall.
Behind Nightfall and nicely pet his head.
Nightfall just has an incredulous smile on his face. This is not how I was expecting this confrontation to go. He twirls his...
Go on, Nightfall.
He twirls his switchblade and spins around. Alright. Is that how you want to play? I can play that game.
Oh, we are going to play many games.
Midnight turns around and glares at the thing. Wait, what form has he taken?
Well, right now, let's just assume he looks like a human.
Oh, that just makes it so much weirder. Oh.
Let's say he looks like Sam.
That works for me.
Great for everyone who doesn't know how I look.
I just imagine he looks like a very normal human. He looks like just the most normal guy you could ever think
of. You couldn't be... Okay, let me describe Sam for you.
Don't forget the leather coat.
Sam, please don't. Okay. Sam is about 1.80 meters tall. has long hair, a beard, wears glasses, is wearing a Hyrule University t-shirt.
You're scaring me right now, okay? So we're going with just how to walk around normally.
And sweatpants.
Come on, I would at least have given him the hat and the leather jacket.
And in addition to that, he wears a leather hat and a leather duster.
Looks at the fifth, very slightly confused, but also very, very cautious. Leave now. No one has to get hurt.
But where's the fun in that?
Continues twirling his knife. I mean, he does have a point, Midnight. There's not much fun in no one getting hurt.
Okay, you laughing is slightly putting me off here.
Sorry.
Oh, I thought that was visual. Never mind.
No!
Sorry, I'm new to this. This is just good.
It's just ridiculous, I know.
I really don't want to kill him right now.
You don't want to kill him.
Yeah. Well, I don't.
That'll
I don't
be a
have to
first.
fight him.
Yeah, kind of. Because so far, every other character has wanted to kill you.
Well, as far as I know, she's the only one that is actually a danger to me, right? That
Yeah.
was I was told. So if I kill her, I could keep him, basically.
As a pet.
Well, I mean, I would give him a lot of things to do that he would have fun doing.
Oh, okay then.
I mean,
Let's just stop that right there.
he seems to enjoy.
This is
Violence.
PG.
Yeah.
This is PG.
Destroying the universe.
And we're on my
Just-
our shared channel now. No need to be PG.
I mean,
Uh,
a little bit slaughter and mass murder never hurt anyone.
So, any one of you doing any actions?
Midnight's trying to figure out how to attack him, so she's sort of stalking around him.
Stares him dead in the eye.
She also doesn't want to get
So-
Nightfall killed, so she's like trying to tell him to get away from them.
If he is behind Nightfall again, don't worry. I don't want to hurt the little one. Like I said, I just want to play some games with you.
He keeps twirling his knife as he turns to face the fifth once again. I mean, you could do that. You could do that, but you could also screw off and die. That's also an option you have. Both of us, gestures to Midnight, would prefer that you just screw off and die. Can you do that?
I mean, if you win, I can do whatever you want.
Wait. Win?
Let's see. Well, I guess you were expecting a fight, so I don't want to disappoint you. Snaps his fingers, disappears, and then reappears in a giant armor covering his entire body.
Okay, reactions?
This is not what I was expecting at all. I am so, like, put out right here. I'm like... okay, why not? Midnight growls. If you want to fight, if you want this power, you'll have to come and take it.
All of you suddenly hear a whistle being blown. And Angel Bunny, in a referee's outfit, moves in between you.
Looks very confused at the bunny. What the hell are you doing?
He swirls around on the spot for a second, then wears his tuxedo again and holds up a menu, looking at both of you questioningly.
We don't want food. For one thing, we could create food if we wanted to.
I take a number 5 extra large.
Angel turns to you, bows, and brings you an extra large double bacon burger with onions and a large Coke.
Thanks.
He bows and disappears.
It's just staring at the fifth. Okay, are you just here to eat and be annoying, or are you actually wanting this power to destroy the universe? You are not at all what I expected.
Nah, I just think you should enjoy the universe while it's still there.
Nightfall just shakes his head.
I mean, you're not completely wrong.
Takes a bite. You two really don't want any? It's really good.
So we now have the fifths standing there, eating a burger with a Coke in his other hand, and Midnight staring at him with her, I presume, having her mouth open.
Yeah, I'd show you my face if I could. Just utter confusion.
Pockets his
Eating the
switchblade.
burger.
So you finish your burger, okay.
That was really good. So, where were we?
I think we were about to fight for the universe.
I mean, do you really want to?
What do you mean?
I mean, don't you think this universe should be redone?
Hey, it may not be perfect, but it's the universe I've got. The only universe I know. I'm sticking with it. Besides, what you're talking about is mass genocide.
That depends on how you look at it.
I mean, it's also, well, an actual Genesis. I'm going to bring people. I'm going to recreate them. It's just that I want to do it better than the last one guy did.
First off, you don't know that there was an actual guy. Second off, that isn't your right to do that. You may have the power of creation, but that doesn't give you the right to do it.
His name was Carl.
His name was not Carl! I heard that!
You see, that's where you're wrong. I was given exactly the right to do that.
By who?
That is what I'm here for. You see, everyone had a job, and everyone got some power. Ever wondered why one guy would get half the power? My job was to control the other 5, making sure they... 4. I can't... Counting wasn't my job. Making sure they do their parts. So I waited, and they failed. One of them decided to rise to power and destroy everything. So, can't you blame me that I want to undo that?
Wait, which one are you talking about?
I'm a bit confused right now.
1 second.
Looks at Midnight.
Okay, he meant Lupina.
I thought that's who he meant, but yeah. But I also thought he might mean Script, because he did rise up and kill a lot of people, all of Lupina's people. But anyway.
Yeah.
Even still, they had free will just like you do. You do not have the right to take this free will from everyone.
Again, they have free will, but they also had a mission, which they failed.
So? No one's perfect.
Yeah, but like I said, it was my mission to make sure they stay in line.
Then who actually failed?
Well, I'm doing what I'm supposed to do now. I'm going to punish them and take their power for mine.
Don't think that was the point of your job. Your job may have been to keep them in line, and you failed. Did you ever think...
I stepped between them. Alright, both of you.
What?
Slaps me right out of the way. We are talking right now.
You just got slapped in the face, Nightfall, and you impact the far wall.
Groyles.
Size.
Groyles at the 5th. No hurting my friends.
Sorry. I think I lost my temper for a moment.
Your job was to keep them in line, but did you ever think why one person was not given all the power?
Well, then it would have been no one to keep that person in line anymore.
Exactly. So aren't you doing the exact thing that they didn't want?
Yeah, but their plan failed, so time for a new one.
I don't think so.
You two, as you're standing across from one another, suddenly hears a ding, ding, ding of a bell, and a boxing ring appears right underneath you. Discord appearing in the middle of the ring, holding a microphone and looking at the both of you.
Dissy!
Yes?
I'd get out of here while you can.
Why? I'll miss all the fun.
Your funeral.
I have no idea how that guy looks like.
Give me a second.
But he can also transform into different things, so just saying.
He's the Lord of Chaos.
Well, are you going to announce us or not?
Oh, yeah. In this corner, the lovely little furball who... Look, what is the cat dragged in? Midnight Witch!
Oi!
Fighting for the sake of the universe. And why would she even? Order is kind of boring. We have the... Wait, what's your name again?
Timmy.
Okay. And in the other corner, we have Timmy fighting to take the power from Midnight and recreate the universe. Who will prevail? And he turns himself into a gong and beats himself in the face.
That was interesting.
Try dating him. Now.
1 second. He looks like he's 80. When did you date him? It's guy looks old.
In all fairness, I have lived for a long time. I am a Lupina incarnate.
Dry beginning of the universe.
Exactly. No wonder you're crazy. Now, shall we? Or are you gonna keep chit-chatting all day?
I mean, I don't get to talk to a lot of people, so I was enjoying myself, but if you insist.
Charges at
You get the
fifth.
first strike.
Or Timmy.
Stands
Charges
there,
at
open
Timmy.
arms.
What?
Just stands there, opens his arms, preparing for impact.
Is slightly put off by this, but leaps into the air and names a strike down at him.
What was his name again?
Nightfall.
Lets him appear right in front of me. Holds him in my hand.
You just eviscerated Nightfall.
Oh.
Imagines healing him.
He gets healed, but has a very pained expression on his face. Which
Glances down at my once heavily lacerated chest. Well, it's not the worst thing I've felt, but that hurt. Really painful. Thanks, Midnight. Really appreciate it.
Get
He
out
grimaces
of here,
at you.
idiot.
I thought you were here to fight me, not your friends.
Cheater.
Hops back out of the ring and sits back to watch.
Discord appears next to the ring with a bucket of popcorn, offering some to Nightfall.
Takes a hooful. Thanks, man. I appreciate it.
You're welcome.
Roars at Timmy, causing him to. What has happened? Actually, what has happened if I roar at him? I don't know. I'm experimenting.
The question is, what roar do you use? You have your normal roar. You have your magical roar, since you learned how to use magic. And you have the roar that Lupina basically gave to you.
The one that Lupina gave to me.
The one that Lupina gave to her can be dangerous to you. Just telling you.
How can it be dangerous to me?
I told that to Sam. Because it can temporarily prevent you from changing shape. And throw you about the place.
Does that?
Well, I wasn't planning on changing form for a while.
So your roar hits him straight in the chest, throws him into the bounce of the ring, which then bounces him back towards you.
Jumps out of the way and tries to pin him.
While he flies by, he grabs your leg, he just said.
Oh. Lashes out at him.
Bounces off a few times with her, holding her up.
What?
He deliberately runs at the bounce, bouncing back and forth between the boundaries of the ring while holding you up so you can't reach him.
Throws her out of the ring.
And throws you out of the ring.
Starts counting. 1.
Teleports myself
2.
back into the ring. Right on top of him.
Teleports right above her. I said I was going to play games.
Kind of tense, isn't it?
Yeah, tell me about it.
Hits him with a giant cupcake.
Teleports out of sight, appears next to the other two. Well, that's not what I expected.
Discord offers you the popcorn. One time.
Grabs the hand, eat it, teleports back to the ring before she starts counting.
Imagine creates a lasso, throwing it around him and tying him and pinning him to the ground.
He didn't mention the cowboy hat, right? Grabs the lasso out of the air. Right back at you. I had a lot of free time since the creation of the universe. I learned a few things.
Any kind of reaction from you?
Turns his rope into a snake and teleports out of his. Yeah, turns my one into a snake and teleports out of his.
The problem is, Love, he threw your lasso back at you, and now you turned it into a snake.
And throws the snake at him. There you go. I got confused. I thought he got one.
No.
Grabs the snake, pets its head, and throws it out of the ring right next to the other two guys.
And the snake then slithers up to Discord, buries its face in the popcorn, and starts watching the fight.
I'm really sorry, I'm kind of new to this end of the universe fight. Am I doing it wrong?
A little, but could you just let me win, please?
Alright, you get the first round. Hooray.
Huh?
Makes the ring disappear.
The ring disappears, and you both stand just in the normal living room again. And Discord, the snake, and Nightfall look kind of disappointed.
I was really hoping it would end with one of you getting disemboweled.
Nightfall!
Preferably him, not you.
That still insinuates you want me to be disemboweled, in some shape or form.
Ouch. That was hurtful. Words can hurt, you know.
Well, basically, she disemboweled you earlier, so...
Sits down while letting those two fight.
Turns Nightfall into a cupcake with his head on top. A giant one.
Okay, now that was just uncalled.
Takes a bite.
Really?
You're taking...
Uses my magic to push, to slam Timmy into the wall.
Well, I was planning to redecorate anyway. Snaps his fingers, changes the entire room to a giant stage. Kind of like a Pokemon battle arena.
Looks around a bit surprised.
You spot Discord, Nightfall the cupcake, and the snake, which is kind of licking the frosting on the cupcake, watching the fight from the stands.
Midnight's getting a little bit more and more frustrated.
I should imagine she would be.
Well, you're the cupcake.
Grabs... I know. Grabs Timmy... I'm just gonna call him the fifth. Timmy's weird. Grabs the fifth in my magic. Banging him on the ground as fast as I can.
Wait, one question. One of my things was could just negate magic, right?
Basically, yes. The question is, which magic does she use? Does she use her wolf magic? In which case, you can simply negate it. Or does she use the power of creation, which you can weaken?
Well, she's not really creating anything if she's throwing me around, right?
Well, she's creating the force to throw you around. So, what will it be, love?
Since I don't want him to negate it, I'll go for creation.
Well, I just create counter force for movement.
Which has you, for a second, looking as if you're stuck between two boards that get, like, squished together, and you look like a rubber puppet between them.
Ooh, this is fun. But, little one, I think you didn't understand this game yet. So, I brought us an arena. Now, we already fought. I gave you that one. Now, who do you send forth to fight for you here?
Wait, what?
It's the next game.
You're expecting me to call people forth to fight for me?
Sure.
Yeah, no, not happening. Like I'd ever let any of my friends or family into your grasp.
Punches the ground, shatters the entire arena. We're starting to fall. I hate it if people can't play games.
I don't like those type of games.
Do you say that while falling?
Yes, I do say that while falling. I'm not worried. I'm not worried about falling.
And you shouldn't be. We are landing in a big ball pit.
Okay.
And at the edge of the ball pit, you see Discord, Cupcake Nightfall. I just call you Cupcake Fall from now on. And the snake still licking on the cupcake.
Sorry, one sec. Sorry, I'm live streaming. Sorry about that.
So Cupfall, you have no words about a snake licking your frosting.
Bites at the snake. Hey, you stop it. Stop it. Get some help.
The snake just kind of looks at you, smirks, and goes to the other side.
Sighs. Alright. So be it.
Chard, I don't know what to do. Midnight's just a bit confused of what to do.
I haven't had this much fun since, well, what was the last galaxy we created? It's been a while.
Like, I'm actually struggling here. I don't know what to do. I can't even get close to him.
Yep, you've failed at that several times by now.
Dives under the ball pit.
Into the ball pit.
Into the ball pit.
Jumps out of the ball pit.
You land next to Discord, who offers you a bit of popcorn.
Midnight shrugs, takes some, turns to Cupcake, and turns him back into a pony.
Is missing a chunk from his shoulder. Thanks. I appreciate it.
Heals it up a bit. Heals his shoulder.
8, 9, 10. I guess I win this one. You left the arena.
That only works with boxing, not that sort of thing.
Well, actually, you left the fighting area, so...
No one explained these rules!
You know, I kind of make them up as I go.
Glares at the fish.
Well, now it's 1-1.
So let me get this straight. You're playing games with me, and if I win, you just give me your power?
Well, if you want to be the one being holding all power.
Better me than you.
Really? I mean, you just turned your best friend into a cupcake for mildly sassing you.
Okay.
I don't think you I think that's questionable.
Okay, first off, not my best friend. Second off, I always plan to change him back and heal him. Third off, I didn't put him through any pain.
Well, when I have power,
pain is subjective.
He eviscerated him.
I was going to recreate the universe after destroying it, and I never said it would be a painful destruction. I would just make it disappear.
That's not your choice.
Did you ask him if you turned him into a cupcake? The whole point is, why would you want that power?
To make sure the world is not destroyed. I plan to give this power back to them. To your brothers and sisters.
And my power?
We'll find some way of putting it somewhere safe.
Discord kind of raises his hand.
No!
I kind of like that idea.
I do not want to give him more power than he can handle.
Discord snaps his fingers and makes a party head appear upon your head, which then explodes and leaves you with a cap reading Party Pooper.
Ooh,
Well,
zing!
I'm the one who has to be a mother, so of course I'm a party pooper. Now, what's this next game then?
Well, I just thought about it. Maybe I should just give you what you want.
Looks at him scared.
Maybe I should... But who to give my power to? One second.
Live streaming. Sorry. Hope you're all enjoying. Anyone want to give me some help?
1 minute, please.
Why'd I have a bad feeling about this?
I mean, I don't know. Why do you have a bad feeling about it?
Because of what Sam has said in the past. I'm terrified of what he might plan.
This universe just told me I shouldn't do that.
Aww.
I was going to give my power away. I was told not to.
Anyway, okay.
You can, just not to the ones that you intended to give it to.
Okay, now we need another minute because I don't know all the characters. That's the problem. That's a good choice. Alright. Alright. You can have it. Well, not you. But I was going to give it to someone. Would you like that?
Who?
That's a surprise. You could have... But you just don't want me to have it, right? So... If I'd give my power to someone else, you'd be fine with that.
Depends on who. If you give it to Chrysalis, then yeah, hell no.
So there is someone worse than me.
No, just someone who would probably just do as bad as you.
No. Like I said, I'm going to give my power to someone else.
Who?
Is it a friend of? Is it a friend of her?
The person that I just that you are intended to give your power to is
I'm concerned. I am so concerned. Who is he gonna give his power to?
I mean, I don't see, like, I don't really see that there's that many people he could give it to.
Hmm.
I'm quite interested to see what's gonna happen.
So apparently, if I give my power away, I die. I just learned that.
I mean, it wouldn't stop me.
Yeah.
Yeah, but the problem stays. If I do that, I die.
Yep.
Well. Apparently, the universe tells me to do it anyway. So, I guess my power goes there now. I hold my hands up, focus everything, every power I got into one point. Is he there? No, right? Then snap my finger and make Angel Bunny appear. I give all my power to Angel Bunny. Have fun with it.
he
Dies.
the fifth disappears into smoke while Angel Bunny is standing there rubbing his paws, power like electricity running through his fur, and he looks at all of you evilly.
Angel? Please, can
His
you
ears
give me
perk
that
up.
power?
His ears perk up and he kind of does this fisticuff movement that, like, if you want to fight.
I don't want to fight you. I want you to stay around. Because, to be honest, this version of you I like. So, please, just let me take the power and everything can go back to normal.
He whips out a notepad. He whips out a notepad and writes down, "Do you have any idea how much easier this power will make my job?"
That is true. But we kind of... Look, we need to be able to put that power away. And as much as I actually do trust you with it, you have a lot of magic on your own. Seriously, how many times have you just appeared out of nowhere? You must have some magic.
He sighs, pulls out a little case, and shows you like 50 different kinds of gems inside, all of them labeled with different rooms of the mansion.
How about this? If you give me the magic, I'll make sure Script and I can make something that means one gem, which allows you to not just teleport everywhere, but can help you grab things when you need them. Deal?
He shakes his head.
Please?
He crosses his paws in front of his chest and kind of like makes this very short nodding motion, making the ball pit disappear. And you all are standing in this grand dining hall with just table after table after table after table of exquisite food, with him standing there in a butler's uniform and making a sweeping motion with his paw.
Okay, is there anything that will get you to give me that power?
He kind of taps his foot, sinking, scratching his chin, then shrugs and looks at you.
More pay?
Well, Angel Bunny is greedy as fuck.
He has the power to create money at will.
Yeah, basically. That's the way, on one of the tables you see Nightfall tied up with an apple in his mouth.
Oh, come on, let him go.
Looks bored and incredulous.
Angel Bunny kind of points his paw at Nightfall, making the bonds disappear, but leaves the apple in place.
Reaches up and takes a bite out of it. Not bad. I mean, not the first time this happened, but best apple I've had by far.
And Angel bows to you grandly, like a good butler.
How about more days off?
That kind of makes his ears perk up.
Well, how about this?
Can turn every day into a holiday.
He can, but he still has to work for thingy. There's not... How about I'll talk to Script and we'll get you more days off, more holidays. Maybe even a chance to go back for a little while to your own dimension.
He whips out his notepad again and is like, writing down, if you even get me 1 day a week off, I would be very grateful.
If you give me the power, I'll see about getting you 2.
His eyes kind of lighten up, but then he frowns.
You want me to talk to Script and get it promised before you give me the power, right?
He shakes his head.
What? Then what? What is it?
He takes his paw. No, he walks up to you, takes your paw, and puts it on his head.
What is it?
He moves your paw up and down.
I'm confused.
He wants your attention, that's all. He wants affection.
Oh. Gives Angel Bunny pets.
And you feel the power that the fifths gave him surge into you.
Gasps a little, feeling the power, and tries to keep it under control. And keeps petting.
And he kind of nuzzles up to your paw.
You deserve some days off, little angel. How about this?
And then suddenly falls to one knee and whips out a wedding ring.
Sorry, but no.
Guys, we're calling a short break here because I think Sam can't take anymore.
He just gave her the power to the universe and she just breaks his heart.
Oh lord, this is just... It's just been going steadily downhill the entire chapter. I love it.
I'd say it's just got more ridiculous. The last
Exactly.
chapter was more serious compared.
You must admit, it was fun though so far.
Oh, absolutely.
It's like the
So-
whole build-up of like the serious trouble, and it ends
And then for no payoff.
That was kind of anticlimactic.
Exactly. That's the best part about it.
Well,
It's
we'll be
just
right
so
back.
anticlimactic.
Or I will be.
Okay. Ah.
Oh, Lord. This is just... Oh. I don't even know.
Oh, what's that?
Oh, it was, Sam's.
Sam disappeared.
Oh, that was just... This is just... I don't even know what I should say. What can I say?
That this is extremely interesting.
It is an experience, to be sure. I mean, I'm glad I could be here to experience it. 'Cause I'm certainly enjoying myself.
Sorry, I'm just typing in to the chat because
Oh.
because some people are asking, do you even read the Discord chat? We do. It's just we can't keep up with it because we're too busy doing one thing, and so it's hard to keep track of stuff.
I'm too busy not doing anything.
Well, really, it's me and VP's job to keep track of it.
Yeah, but I'm just too busy not doing anything.
You will soon once.
Do you know anything of firearms? Just out of curiosity.
A little?
Do you know what a master key is?
A key that unlocks all of them? It's like a master key to a hotel room?
Like, there's a term in firearms, it's called a master key. It's basically usually a shotgun or sometimes a grenade launcher slung under the barrel of a rifle or an assault rifle.
Mm.
There is a shotgun master key called the M21 door kicker. I just thought that was kind of interesting.
Cool. No, I know nothing about guns. I am British, after all. And the closest thing I get to guns is the police. Though, when I was in America, I did get to hold a gun.
Well, if that's not the most American experience you'll ever have, I don't know what is.
Walked into a sports store because we were walking around a thing, and we just happened to walk over, and my friend decided to look at the guns, and once I handed over my driver's license, they were like, yep, oh, this is a British one, yep, that is a British one. And I just got to hold it. It was extremely heavy.
Yeah, I mean, they're a lot heavier than you'd think they would be.
Though strangely, I know quite a few people who have guns. I seem to come across them quite often. My ex had a gun. Well, my ex's dad. But it was only for shooting at a gun range. They weren't allowed to take it out otherwise.
Yeah, that seems reasonable. I gotta clear out my Steam library. There's gotta be something in here I can uninstall that I don't play. Like, half my Steam library isn't even installed.
I should explain
Oh, I can understand
something.
that.
We are combining my channel and Visual's channel. We actually have talked about it a little bit for a while, and we just decided to up and do it. So I have been trying to transfer my stuff to his channel. I probably am going to stop that now because it is just spamming our channel now. I'm going to have to get used to saying our channel. So I've just decided I'm not going to do that. I've transferred some of the stuff that I want. So there might be a few more spamming sessions, probably starting next Friday again. Because I am working tomorrow and all the way to Thursday, so I won't have the energy to transfer things. But so
Fun.
There's probably just going to be one more week of that, probably of just random bits and pieces, and then from then on, it's just going to be monthly until I have decided I'm going to try and upload to weekly. Though that's going to be difficult. Patreon-wise, if you are a Patreon, I don't know if you are a Patreon of mine, but if you are listening and you're a Patreon, there will be some changes in that also. I will be updating everything, don't worry, I'll be making a channel trailer to explain everything. Me and Visual will be making one for our channel as well, and that sort of thing. But yeah, just saying. Things will be a bit weird for another week or two, but otherwise we should get back to normal. Hopefully. Eventually. Hello? Hey there. Just saying. Just checking. Because you went quiet.
Yeah, I do that. Wow. This sounds like an amazing game. Lose yourself in the most immersive visual rendition of the world's most beloved classic, chess.
Oh,
You can now play chess in VR.
Why not just play chess in real life?
Because you don't have any friends. I don't know, one of my Steam friends owns chess in VR. And I don't know how to feel about that.
Yeah, it's apparently a thing.
I'm back.
Hola! Sam Lee?
Yep.
Alrighty.
So, we came up with something, and that will be very interesting.
Oh, now I'm concerned.
As Nightfall is still sitting on the table, on a silver platter, I might add, surrounded by vegetables and gravy.
I'm pretty relaxed about that playing.
You suddenly hear the fifths whisper in your mind.
Oh shit.
But it is so quiet that you can barely make it out. You can just kind of hear him say something like, "Hello, little one."
Well, this is slightly worrying.
Continues munching on the apple.
And you don't hear any more of him. And Angel looks at you, kind of heartbroken, his ears kind of like flopping down, and he drops the ring.
Hey, I'm sorry, but you're not really my type. And besides, I have to get to know my partners for a while. Anyway, I do have an idea, though. Clearly,
His ears perk up.
Clearly, you've lacked the attention you desire. Am I right?
He nods vigorously.
How about sometimes you can come and hang out with my son, Chase?
He frowns a little.
Calm down. No, it's not like that. You see, he loves pets, snuggles, running around, and just spending time. He doesn't have many friends, and he's not a wolf either. He's actually a Scrox, apparently. But basically, he could be a friend. And if you're coming over to my den all the time, we could pet and snuggle if you'd like.
He perks up a little and snuggles into the fur of your belly.
Come on, jump up. Let's go give the rest of the five their power back, okay?
He hops onto your head and holds onto your ears.
Feels slightly weird by that, but looks at Nightfall. Where did you put them, by the way?
He flicks open his watch's UI. I just moved them 3 floors up.
Okay. waves my paw and turns everything back to normal, and brings the four back down into the living room.
They kind of appear a meter above the ground, slumping, like falling, bump, 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 on top of each other.
Ooh, sorry guys. Still not used to
And
this
all of them groan.
Sorry guys, still not used to this power.
Script is kind of stirring a little, as is Lupina.
Thinks for a moment, and then waves my paw, rejuvenating them.
Elaborate?
They get their energy back, not their magic, but their energy back. So basically they wake up feeling like they've had the best sleep of their lives.
Elysium immediately extracts herself from the pile because she was the one landing first. Blushes really hard and looks back at Script and Morphus. Morphus just kind of stretches and rolls over again. While Lupina and Script step away from each other, looking at Nightfall and you with very confused faces.
Ah, welcome back. Seems you're finally awake and alive.
Well, yeah. How?
Well, basically, so while I was in the other room with Nightfall, the fifth, or Timmy, as he called himself, decided to cause a portal to open and sent all of us to another dimension where Lupina kind of ruled what had basically the Lupina and Karnai did not die and were taking over the entire universe.
I think I would have liked that world.
Yeah, except yeah, probably a lot, yeah. And not so much now, though.
Why is that?
Not sure, but to get us back, you very kindly helped all of us get back because apparently you managed to capture the fifth and the others, except Script, and basically used the fifth's magic to send us back, but I'm 90% sure that he actually managed to escape.
She kind of stares at you with her maw open and is like, what?
I think he kind of possessed you.
What?
Anyway, it doesn't matter. We got back, and then this fifth appeared. Our Timmy, and we fought for a while in this ridiculous battle. Even Discord showed up to watch, and I turned Nightfall into a cupcake, but that was separate. And then the fifth randomly decided to give his power to Angel Bunny.
Script looks kind of concerned.
But I managed to convince Angel Bunny to give me the power so that he could, as long as he got 2 days off a week.
Script kind of raises a hoof.
He's getting 2 days off a week, okay?
But...
No buts.
But...
No buts. Hire someone else to feed you.
Okay.
Seriously, you have enough servants.
Yes, but do you have any idea how hard it is to find a good one?
Well then, maybe don't work them half to death. He's getting 2 days off. and he's allowed to visit me whenever he wants. Looks up at him and scratches the back of his head.
And he kind of like nuzzles into your paw, being very careful not to touch those claws.
So yeah, now I have his power. Though I'm pretty sure he's not dead, because I think I heard him a few seconds ago in my head.
Not you hear him, Nightfall hears him.
Nightfall?
You can't hear him. Hmm?
Nightfall hears him?
Mm-hmm.
I thought I heard him.
Oh, by the way, Nightfall, you play the Division? I do too. Just saying.
This item has mods, yes. Deconstruct that.
Okay, never mind. I reversed what I said. And yeah, so I have his magic now.
One thing. He holds up his hoof. I heard something. I heard a voice inside my head. It was very distinctly his voice. I don't think he's dead.
Like all eyes turn to you.
That's not worrying whatsoever.
Just silently staring.
I imagine she says that dead serious as well. She's like, that's not concerning in the slightest.
Yeah. Anyway, do you guys want your magic back? Because seriously, I feel like I'm going to explode.
Lupina kind of raises her paw. I've got 2 things that I want to address.
Sure, go for it.
First of all, if the 5th is living in this pony, I vote that we make him dinner.
No. Second?
Elysium looks over and kind of says, I second that.
The answer is no. What's the second thing you're concerned about?
Now that you have all the power of creation,
yeah?
I would ask a favor of you.
What would that be?
She walks up to you and tells you to transport you and her to a location way outside Equestria in an area that is not claimed by any nation.
You want to recreate the Lupin and Carni?
Maybe.
Answer me bluntly, Lupina.
Yes, I want to bring my people back.
Then I want you to promise something for me.
I will promise you one thing.
What's that?
That we will not hurt anybody as long as they do not hurt us.
Okay. But please, no killing ponies.
We will find a way to feed ourselves.
There are plenty of other animals.
So ponies are admittingly delicious.
I've tasted some bad ones in the past. If they smoke, it's awful.
Thank you. So do you transport you and her there?
First, we need to talk to some people before you do that.
Like who?
The ones you were in war with for so long. There needs to be a peace agreement before anything.
You really want me to talk to the sisters?
Yes. I know Celestia can be a drag.
Tell me about it.
But if you really want peace, there needs to be some sort of agreement. And that way, the ponies won't accidentally attack you when they see you out of fear. Because no offense, oh, I don't think you'll take this as offense anyway, you haven't exactly created a good standing for yourselves.
Lupina looks over at script, sighs, and asks him, "Do you still have it?" And he nods and walks over to a bookshelf, coming back with a scroll that is sealed with Celestia's royal seal. Handing it to Lupina.
What is that?
500,000 years ago, Celestia and Luna came to my land, wanting to parley. They came with this. And she opens up the scroll, and you see that it is a fully prepared peace treaty, already signed by Celestia and Luna, and only misses the signature of Queen Lupina.
Oh, wow. Is this still binding?
According to the text, it is binding eternally as long as this scroll exists. And the scroll shall self-destruct should any of the signing parties break the agreement.
And Celestia and Luna never broke their side of the bargain?
I never signed.
So the thing never was... Ah. Still, you should let them know that you're gonna... If you're gonna sign this, they should know that you've signed this.
It will automatically send a copy to them.
Looks at script. How do you have this?
Hey, do you think I just destroyed everything back then?
Yes, I do.
No. Like, half of her library is now in my library.
Noted.
Also, some priceless artifacts were put into my art gallery.
Also noted. Anyway. Well, are you going to?
Lupina raises a paw, bites into it so that she bleeds, and presses her bloody paw to where she is supposed to sign. The scroll, immediately after she pulls her paw away again, leaving a bloody paw print, rolls itself up, glows golden and silver, multiplies into 3, 1 copy falling to the ground, and 2 of them disappearing.
Wait, why are there 3?
1 for each sister, and 1 for me.
That's fair.
Seriously, have you never signed a magical contract?
No, I haven't. What? Can you blame me? Morphoy over there kind of put me off magic.
Lupina looks over at Morphus, who has just fallen back asleep and is snoring.
And now look at him. Me.
My dear brother does have a strange sense of humor.
With all this magic coursing through me, I sort of understand why.
every immortal has to find something to keep them occupied.
Alright, but so why do you want me to teleport you now? Don't you want your own magic back?
What I intend to do, I cannot do alone. I need you to do it.
Looks at script, sort of wondering if this is a good idea, slightly looking for approval and that this is a good idea.
He just shrugs and then points at Lumina behind her back and makes a cutthroat motion with his hoof.
Midnight rolls her eyes. Alright. Let's go then.
So you teleport the two of you?
I teleport the two of us.
You find yourself in a beautiful clearing in a rainforest where there is this big mountain, and from the top of the mountain there comes a waterfall crashing down into a lake.
This place is beautiful.
It is.
How did you know of this place?
I made it.
When?
About 650,000 years ago.
When you were still ruling over the other kingdom?
Yes.
Why?
As a holiday retreat, you might say.
Fair enough. Lupina?
Yes.
If I ever regret this, promise me one thing. You won't harm any one of my family.
I will promise you that as long as I do not harm my men, my wolves, my pack, they shall be unharmed.
Okay. Though, if you ever fight Night, then just be wary of her, please.
I have fought Kulpas before.
Huh?
Manifestations of the evil self.
Ever fought ones that can absorb magic?
Yes.
Okay, you're fine then.
And I have usually prevailed.
Well, you're not dead yet.
Try fighting the Kulpa of a 1,000-year-old dragon lord. And yes, it was a hard fight.
Impressive. So, what do you need me to do?
She points at the top of the mountain. Get us up there.
Nods and teleports us up.
You look down onto a beautiful valley, and just now you see that all around the valley is a desert. So this rainforest that you just stood in is encased by miles and miles of desert in all directions.
Whoa. It's an oasis.
It is.
Lupina, you are a great designer.
She kind of raises one paw and blows on her claws. Well, even a queen needs a pastime.
I think you mean any wolf needs a pastime.
True.
Ruling is difficult, if I've seen it anyway.
Now, stand on the edge, please.
does so.
Raise your paw so that it is parallel to the waterfall.
Raises my paws so.
And speak after me. Furore meo de phobis.
Mario feo de poses.
Furore meo de phobis.
Mario feo de poses.
Lev, I'll copy this into the chat for you because you're saying it wrong.
I am sorry, okay?
There.
Furore meo de phobis.
Very good. You see the waterfall glowing slightly. Ruit enim sanguis.
Ruit enim sanguis.
Cum edexero vos de tumulis orbis terrarum quam.
What the hell? That was out of character, by the way, obviously. Quem edurax vos de trumlis orbis terram quam.
Regina iubes ut faciam phobis.
Regia in what?
Iubes.
Iubis ut facem vobis.
You feel a little bit of power being drawn from you.
Mm-hmm.
And the waterfall stops flowing. And the water, glowing like the sun itself, moves all over the valley, recreating the city that you saw when you went back in time 500,000 years ago.
Oh, wow.
And not only that, but as you see the water fading away, all around the streets of the city, by the way, you're by now not standing on a mountain anymore, but on top of Lupina's castle, you see wolves waking up in the streets.
What did I just do?
I told you, I wanted to bring my people back.
And I brought all of them back?
Yes.
Slightly looks both overjoyed and yet horrified. Lupina, no one should have this power.
Which is why the power is usually divided.
Looks back at the people. You know, you're going to have to teach them differently now. Change a few rules.
I think that my dear sister might have, well, taught them differently already.
Of course, they'll be from the dead. They'll have been teleported back.
Not teleported as so much as recreated.
I've still got a mortal brain. Give me a bit of leeway.
True enough. And you see throughout the city transport pods flying back and forth as you hear chattering down from the streets of the city.
I think they'll need you to explain a few things.
I personally don't think so. But thanks.
Wait, really? They won't be wondering what on earth just happened?
No. Because I promised my people that this would happen one day, should we be wiped out.
Okay then. Well...
Why do you think they put up with me as a ruler?
So what, they did... So they put up with you because you promised you'd bring them back if they ever got wiped out?
Immortality is a very strong promise to make.
Point. At least Lily...
That's wrong, Nightfall.
Nothing. Don't worry about it. I actually have no idea whether Nightfall's here or not. If he's witnessing these events.
He's back at the
You
castle.
are.
Wait, what?
No, he is with you.
I teleported him too?
Mm-hmm.
Anyone else I teleported?
No.
Okay.
Murmurs silently to himself as he watches the city come back to life.
Lupina kind of looks back at you, raising an eyebrow.
Yes?
Mr. Nightfall.
Yes?
I think that Fang wants to see you.
Why is that?
A few days before my kingdom got annihilated, he came to me and informed me that you had not paid back the loan you had taken from our national bank.
Is that so?
And by now you are 500,000 years late on your payment.
Is that so?
Yes.
Since he kind of helped me, could we...
No.
Oh?
Don't worry about this one, Midnight. I got it. I have more than enough to pay it off. The question is... why would I?
If you do not, you will be permanently exiled from my kingdom.
How was he able to take out a loan in the first place? He's a pony.
That was before the bad days.
Now that I think about it, I don't recall even taking out... I don't even recall being here. Oh well. It'll be back in your system within the week. He flicks open his watch and starts transferring money.
Very much appreciated.
Well, if everything's okay here, no offense, but this power is overwhelming. Can I please transfer it back to everyone? And figure out what we're gonna do with the fifth's power?
Yes, and please take me back with you. For the time being, my advisors should be able to handle the situation.
Fair enough. Waves my paw and teleports everyone back.
And you come back to Elysium, kind of laying down on one of the sofas, reading a book on chess. By the way, Angel Bunny is still on your head.
Oh, forgot.
Morpheus has managed to roll under one of the sofas in his sleep. And Script is helplessly trying to warm a kettle on a stove.
Looks over at Script. Do you not know how to do anything without magic?
He kind of deadpan looks at you and is like, excuse me, but I used to have the power of creation. There was no use for manual labor.
Midnight slightly chuckles. Okay, now I just want to see you survive for a week.
His jaw drops. You wouldn't dare.
Midnight sort of looks up at Angel Bunny. What do you think? Should I?
He kind of shrugs with a big smile on his face. You're not going to have the bunny decide my fate.
No, we're not going to have the bunny decide your fate.
Good.
Party pooper.
You're just so...
Do you want to be changed into a cupcake again?
I mean, it would be arguably better than having my entire chest ripped open.
That wasn't my fault. He teleported you into his arms.
You still ripped my chest open.
Script kind of looks at both of you. Script looks at both of you very confused. Elysium chuckling in the background.
I healed you, didn't I?
You did, but it doesn't make it doesn't heal the wound in my heart.
Except it does.
Well, it would, assuming I still had a heart.
Anyway.
Script looks even more confused now and tries to turn on the gas stove and wonders why nothing is happening.
Okay.
Except you suddenly smell gas.
Script, you're gonna blow this place up. Angel Bunny, please go over and help him.
Angel moves over, turns the stove off, takes the kettle from Script, bows, and disappears into the direction of the kitchen.
Okay. Once I'm mortal again, I'm giving you lessons on how to be mortal. Deal?
Do I have to?
Yes.
But I don't want to be mortal.
Do you want me to force you to be mortal?
You wouldn't. You hear Lupina chuckling slightly behind you. Oh, I so want to see this.
I wonder, is that possible? It might be possible.
You're scaring me, Midnight.
I have all the power of creation.
Yes, you do.
And you're not supposed to, because that's bad, and you'll probably die.
Admittedly, it is overpowering, but...
Midnight, seriously, get rid of it. Actually, you know what? Not my problem. You don't pay me, I don't really care.
I pay you!
Exactly. That's why I don't care if she died. Not as much.
Uh-huh. Script kind of moves over to you, hands you a check. By the way, Nightfall, last week I forgot to send you your check.
It's fine.
And do you actually look at the check?
Glances at the check before seemingly burning it up.
And you notice that instead of the usual 4,000 bits a week, the amount reads 4 million.
Makes a mental note of it before seemingly burning up the check.
Okay.
He didn't actually burn it up.
I know.
Midnight rolls her eyes and sighs. Don't worry, I won't actually do it, despite how much fun it would be.
Lupina kind of goes, "Aww," behind you.
Looks around at Lupina.
She shrugs.
I can make you immortal for a week.
She looks at you, kind of baring one fang at you, and is like, differently from him, I wouldn't have a problem hunting.
That's true. You'd actually be able to survive.
Yes.
And I'm pretty sure Mist Boy would just find some way of annoying everyone into making him a god again.
Oh, please don't.
And I'm pretty sure Lithium wouldn't care either way.
She'd take it as a vacation.
So Script's the only one.
Elysium looks up at you and from her book and says, "You have no idea how much paperwork I have to deal with every day."
I can imagine. And now I might have caused you to have way more.
Her eyelid kind of twitches.
Sorry.
She throws her hoofs in the air and screams, "Oh, come on!"
Yeah. Anyway, who wants their power back?
And immediately all of them stand in front of you. Even Morphus.
Okay. Line up.
They line up. Lupina, Script, Morphus, and Elysium last.
Alright. Holds up, presses my paw against Elysium. Not Elysium, what am I thinking?
Lupina.
Why'd you give them both L names? And one by one transfer the power back to them.
Each and every one of them just kind of sighs as if a great burden has been taken off of them. Except Morphus, who immediately turns himself into a black earth pony, jumps up into the air, makes his limbs distort like a balloon animal that has been squeezed too hard, and screams, "Woohoo! I'm back!"
Why do I have a feeling I shouldn't have given him his magic back?
He turns into mist, wraps himself around your neck, turns into a scarf, and the scarf looks up at you and says, "We're going to have so much fun now!"
Rolls my eyes and then looks back at Script. So, what about the rest of this power?
Well, we can't take it.
Can't we put it in a gem or something?
He kind of raises an eyebrow looking at you. Really?
What?
The power of creation in a gem?
It's not an unreasonable idea. Assuming you could find a material strong enough. It could feasibly be done.
Not only that, my dear Nightfall, but imagine Discord getting his hands on it. Or Cookie's a cook.
Oh, yeah. I guess you're right, but... No, I don't know.
Hey, last time he got his hands on a magical item, he wanted to turn you into a casserole.
I mean, it wasn't the worst thing he could have turned me into.
See, a cupcake is better.
Script waves the hoof, summons an armchair, sits down, and waves his hoof again to summon a cup of tea.
Why do you need Angel Bunny again?
Because the tea he makes is actually better than the one I can summon.
Then why do you summon? And you know what? Never mind. I don't care. You pay me, that's all I'm here for.
Script looks over his shoulder at you. Well, and to keep security in my mansion.
Yeah. I'm here because that's what you pay me to do.
Yeah.
Exactly.
Such a great job you're doing, considering I had to deal with the biggest problem so far.
Midnight, you know, I may have some magical skill, some arcane ability, but I'm not a creationist. I can't do anything. What do you expect me to do? Do you expect me to just shoot him? Do you expect me to just draw my handgun, shoot him in the head, and then he'll die? No, that's not how it works. Do you expect me to flashbang him? No, that's not how it works. What do you want me to do in this situation?
Script moves up to you, puts a hoof on your shoulder, then looks at Midnight. Quite seriously, dear Midnight, he does a very good job. Without him and his men, believe me, this place would be overrun by goblins.
Fair enough. So, are you actually serious that we can't do anything with this power?
Unless you want to give it to another Eternal, who is not one of us.
Huh?
I don't see a solution there.
Midnight starts pacing. So you're telling me I'm stuck with this power? Stuck to being immortal? I mean, to be fair, I had pretty much wrapped my head around being immortal because of Mist Boy being very vague.
The scarf looks up at you, and you kind of feel it contracting slightly as if it's shrugging.
But still. Wait, what if... Well... Question. Can... You know my darker half knight? She absorbs magic. She can't absorb this out of me, can she?
Nope, she can't.
How do you know?
He kind of waves his hoof, making Little Knight appear floating in the air next to him.
Hey, let me go! Where am I?
I might have done my research.
Let me go!
Sits her down on his lap and pets her.
Midnight's jaw drops. Okay then.
Also summons a juicy burger to give her. With lots of bacon.
She chomps down on it, eating it eagerly.
I've done my research on her. Don't worry.
When? How?
Hmm.
Have you been kidnapping her?
No. I just ran into her in the Every Forest. Complete coincidence.
Midnight glares at Script. Why do I have a feeling that's a complete lie?
Because it is.
You went to my cave to find her, didn't you?
Yes.
You better
Guilty
not,
as charged.
You better not have done experiments on her.
No, don't worry. I just created a few things in her close proximity and wanted to know if she could absorb the power that I used to do it.
Ah.
Apparently, she can't.
Is Midnight's fur still glowing white?
Yes. Well, not completely white, but it's still glowing a little. Not purple.
Okay, just curious.
Keeps petting Knight.
Knight finishes the burger and then bites his hoof.
Ow!
More
Little
food!
rascal.
Give me more
What?
food!
What do you want?
Pony?
No pony.
Mom,
Nothing sentient.
fine. Grab it.
Okay, then. Summons rabbit burger.
Knight, I think you've had enough food. Midnight picks her up and sets her on the ground. She runs around trying to grab the food.
Script just holds the burger in his hoof and doesn't know what to do with it now. And kind of looks over at Nightfall. You want this?
Levitates it over to him and takes a bite. I've definitely had worse. A lot worse. It's pretty good.
Thank you.
Knight runs over to Nightfall, scratching at his legs, trying to grab the burger.
Taps her on the nose. Stop it. You're not getting any food. Go. Away.
Give me food!
Taps her on the nose again. Well, I'm certainly not going to be giving... You're going to be rude about it. Calm yourself, small child.
Why did you teleport her here?
Script just shrugs. Then whistles to get Knight's attention.
Knight turns her head and looks at Script. What?
He points behind his armchair where Midnight can't see. And Knight sees a little bit of a flash of lights there.
Knight runs over, Midnight looking at Script curiously. What are you doing?
And Knight finds a bowl of chocolate fudge there.
Midnight walks up behind Knight as she chows down on it. Why are you spoiling her?
I kind of like her.
You were the last person I thought would like her. I expected this from Lupina, not you.
Lupina looks at you and then down at Knight. Then just shrugs.
Knight looks up, finishes the bowl, and licks her muzzle, looking up at Lupina. You're a purple wolf too.
Well, aren't you the observant one?
She looks at Midnight, then back at Lupina. But, me confused!
She reaches down with a paw, ruffling Knight's hair a little bit. Don't be. You'll understand in time.
She tries to nip at the paw.
Lupina's smile instantly disappears. And she looks at Midnight.
Midnight just sighs and shakes her head. Knight, don't be rude. No biting. But Knight continues.
Lupina puts one paw under Night real quick, throws her into the air, and catches her midway in her jaws.
Let me go! Let me go!
What does a good pup say?
Please.
And she puts Night down and pets her head.
Snickers.
Midnight sighs. Time for you to go home.
Script throws something at Night, which she catches, and then she disappears again.
Looks at Script. What did you give her?
Nothing.
What did you give her?
I just gave her a chocolate bar, okay?
You know she's gonna be up all night now.
Yes, I know. So?
Do you have any idea what it's like to raise a pup? And one that's always
Yes, I
a
do.
pup.
Lupina chuckles, and Elysium kind of just shakes her head, opens a portal, and says, "Well, I'm out of here." And she
Luck with the
disappears.
paperwork.
You hear her cursing at you as the portal closes, because the last thing you see through it are mountains of paperwork.
Yeah, I have a feeling she's gonna hate me. Wait, does this make... Wait, if I'm keeping this power, does that mean that I'm
One of us now!
Oh, great. Please don't tell me I have to
Now,
start calling him a
officially, you are the fifth, dear Midnight. The scarf around your neck says.
Please don't tell me I have to start calling him brother.
You don't really have to, but you do know we are not really related to one another. It's just a saying.
Well, as long as you don't start calling me little sister.
Which makes Lupina totally chuckle.
You're gonna like start calling me that, aren't you?
Oh, no way, sister.
Looks at Script.
He just raises his hoofs and says, "No, that would be very weird."
Looks down at the scarf. Don't you dare start calling me that.
The scarf turns into a pup sitting in front of you, giving you the puppy dog eyes.
No.
Turns into a copy of Pup Night, giving you the puppy dog eyes.
First off, you think that'll work? You don't know me at all. Second off, no.
He just shrugs and turns into a black Earth Pony stallion, looking at you deadpan in the eye. Well, you are a party pooper as always.
Meh. At least I didn't keep you mortal for a week.
Believe me, I would have found things to amuse me.
That would have been the problem. Anyway.
Yes.
Where did you we should all probably just get back. I mean, it's been a long day. And looks at Lupina. You need to get back to that kingdom of yours. Oh wait, Lily.
What about my daughter?
Well, we need to check if she's okay.
Don't you worry, she will be.
Wait, where is she?
The moment you gave me back my power, I transported her home.
Ah, okay.
And Morphus, next time you better not put her in your broom closet. Well, it was a good place to hide her.
Oh.
Hits Morphus over the back of the head.
He turns into smoke before you can. And then reforms.
Looks at Lupina. Please.
She winks at you and growls at him, throwing him against the wall.
Thank you.
You're welcome. And then she disappears.
Is it weird that I think me and her are going to get along quite well, despite our differences?
Maybe.
Shrugs.
Script looks at Morphus. You know where your room is. I already have Angel Bunny have it prepared for you, so if you want to retire, sure sing, old man. And Morphus turns into smoke and starts flying away.
Looks at Script, finally relaxing after a long journey. And pounces on him, pulling him into a big hug.
Careful with those claws, if I may be so bold to say. And he then hugs you back.
Don't you dare scare me like that. Ever again.
Scare you like what?
Scare me half to death with you disappearing on me?
I really didn't have a choice there, did I?
Well, you didn't even send... You didn't...
That's why Nightfall is still in the room with you.
I know. Just don't, okay? Oh.
I will try my best.
Gets off and remembering I still have the armor on. Yeah, I should probably take this off.
You should, yes. Pretty sure Lupina wants it back.
So takes it off and gives it to Nightfall. Hey Nightfall, put this in the armory?
He tears a hole in reality once again with the switchblade and tosses it through before sealing it back up.
And as you toss them through, a purple paw appears from another tear in reality and grabs the pieces. I'll take this, thank you very much.
It's worth a shot.
Turns away from both portals. I didn't say anything.
Well, I thought you'd at least let us keep it somewhere safe, but okay.
Can you imagine a safer place than next to Lupina's bed?
Point. As long as we can trust her.
She never breaks a promise.
Good. Kisses Script's cheek.
He blushes furiously. Okay then. Nightfall.
Yes.
How about the inventory of the armory? Did you finish that?
Yes, sir, I did. It should be on your desk.
And what about the
Walks over to Nightfall. I think we want some privacy to catch up and, relax. How about you go take a wee bit of a break?
Alright. He tears another hole in reality with his switchblade before walking away. Before walking through it. I will see you two lovers later. He winks and snickers as he vanishes.
Midnight blushes bright red. Not what
As
I
does
meant!
Script. Script kind of jumps at the word lovers.
I didn't say anything to him. I just said maybe let us catch up and relax. That was it. There was nothing. No.
I ship it.
Yeah, well, since Midnight is my girlfriend, so...
Yeah, exactly. I ship it.
So, Script kind of stands there, blushing bright red, stuttering.
Midnight summons tea and gives him a cup of tea.
He falls back into his armchair, relaxing a little bit. Yeah, well, that was unexpected.
Midnight chuckles.
Thank you.
Really? That was unexpected? Compared to the perilous few days we've had?
That's a normal week for me.
Why do I have a feeling being friends with you is going to be hazardous to my health? Mainly my mental health?
Because it might very well be.
You know, I got to see a war-torn Script.
Yeah, I remember him. A very, very strong right hook, that one.
Yeah, what happened with you guys? I saw you charge, Adam.
When he wanted to shoot your ship... By the way, really? Pizza?
I didn't mean for it to happen. I imagined a force field.
Different universe, different rules. Anyway. So... I jumped out from behind the console where we were hiding. And Lupina kind of did the same, so she started attacking the tactical officer, while Elysium just sat there and watched us. We were overwhelmed quite quickly, and then suddenly, I was standing on one side of the ship with Lupina, while Elysium was on the other side of the ship with that other Script. And our half just went into hyperspace.
Oh. Whoops.
Did you have anything to do with that?
Well, I tried to, push you guys to get out of the way because they were about to fire on you, and I accidentally split the ship.
Okay. Well, we found a room that was not devoid of oxygen immediately. Luckily, the emergency force fields immediately activated, so we were not sucked out into space.
Yeah, sorry about that.
But still, the oxygen concentration in that room was pretty low, so Lupina and I eventually just, passed out.
Which is why I'm glad that other Lupina teleported you to me.
That was actually very kind of her.
She...
From what I saw of that Script from that dimension, they were not on the best terms.
Oh, no. From what I could tell... Actually, it was mainly him and Lily that were in even worse terms.
Well, if the picture I saw in his ready room was any indication, I would guess so.
She turned around and stabbed him in the back, apparently. Which
Well,
I can't really imagine happening.
He reaches a hoof into the pocket of his vest and pulls out a picture, handing it to you.
Takes it.
Just look at this.
Takes it and looks
And
at it.
you see Script and Lily on a checkered blanket sitting on a meadow with a picnic basket next to them, kissing each other.
Midnight slightly blushes, because obviously it looks just like her, and says, wait, is this actually, or is this from the other world?
This I got from his ready room.
Wow.
It was framed and all.
Sadly, the lily in that world died when I got there.
I don't think he ever got over her, to be sure, to be honest with you.
Wouldn't surprise me. He didn't get my hints at all that I wasn't his. I wasn't. Not only was I not Lily, but I wasn't from that universe.
I think he might have gotten your hints.
Yeah? Why?
Why do you think he kept talking to you?
Well, I couldn't outright say it.
Midnight. He never separated from Gerald. Which means, had you actually been that world's Lily, he would have killed you without hesitation.
Then why did he want to fire anyway?
He kept talking to you to find a way to get you out of there without losing face to his crew.
Oops.
And now I will have to call a break because nature calls.
Go on ahead, sweetie.
I'll be right back as well. I gotta go let my dog out.
I am alone in the thing. Da 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 da. I don't know what I'm singing. I'm just a singing randomly. Boppity boopity bo, boppity boppity boo, dee 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 dee. I think Christmas songs are coming in far too early, but oh well. In a couple of days, it is Christmas. Ooh. Well, a couple of days, Christmas is in this December. A couple of days is December, and the world will go crazy.
Ah, yes. So I have returned.
You have returned. Yes.
I have indeed. I ship it, okay? It's a good ship.
I'm just trying to add a bit more lovey-dovey stuff in a little bit, because, you know, although her and Script have been, like, interacting quite a lot, and I just want to add a little bit more lovey-dovey stuff.
I totally ship it.
Well, thank you.
I mean, the two of you do make a cute couple,
Aww.
both in the story and in the real lives.
Well, we haven't exactly been, like, what's the word? All over the internet with our relationship.
You're still cute together.
Aww.
I think you are.
Thank you. Now we just need to figure out all this stuff. We have been together for a year. Over a year.
Why did someone feel the need to make this?
Make what?
Here, I'll share it with you. Oh, this is just... I don't like this. This is one of those things that shouldn't exist. This is why I don't go on the Steam community forums very much.
Why do I have a bad feeling about this?
Oh boy. Some people make really cool stuff, and then other people just make...
Stuff that doesn't need to exist.
Yeah, it really doesn't. Oh, that would be cool. Aiden Pierce in the Division. Absolutely excellent.
Sadly, although I am a gamer-ish, I'm definitely more the casual gamer.
You're not a hardcore gamer, girl.
Yeah, I like to play every now and again. I like Overwatch. I play with visual and stuff, but for the most part, I just chill. The thing is, my computer cannot do anything at all.
I mean, I hardly have a potato, so I can run a lot of games, but I have no one to play with, so I just end up playing with randos.
My phone is better than my computer.
That's kind of depressing.
Yeah. Well, at least it's a better something than my phone. It's very... Visual can tell you all the schematics. It's quite hilarious. He's actually trying to fix one of my laptops now, which I left over with him.
Yes, my project computer.
Yeah.
Yeah. We were talking about Lily and Wartron script.
Yeah. Passes the picture back. Well, did you like her?
Lily? We never got to talk much, really. Remember? Dinner?
I know. Maybe... Well, she survived this time. Thanks to you.
Yeah, and I will never forget this time in the pool.
Midnight shudders. And I won't forget the time I chose dinner and heard it scream.
Well, you certainly have to tell me about that one day, if it helps.
Lupina went along believing that I was Lily. She knew Lily was dead and went along with it. And yeah.
Oh my.
She had a row of people, ponies and griffins and everything waiting, and zebras, male and female. And, well, asked which one I wanted to serve me today. I chose the zebra, thinking they'd just be serving us the food, but then he was dragged off into the kitchen.
You know, that sounds so like her. Anyhow, now that you are, well, one of us, basically, I think it's time for me to show you something.
What is it?
There is an object in this mansion that I have custody of. It was unanimously agreed upon the four of us that it would remain in my custody because I was the only one who seemed to be able to contain it.
Contain what?
You do know that when the Big Bang happened, my siblings and I were created, right?
Yes, you've probably told me that a gazillion times.
But what was the Big Bang happening from?
Midnight raises an eyebrow. Colliding of magic?
Every universe inevitably comes to an end eventually. And the matter and life force and magic of that universe will be compressed into one single point and then explode outwards to create a new universe.
Okay.
That phenomena is referred to as Big Bang. So it was not only us that were created during that Big Bang, as sentient beings. There was also, well, an object containing, well, how should I put this? The memories of our predecessors, you might say. The five before us. The five that could not save their universe.
And that's what you have locked up?
It is not locked up, to be precise. Anyone in this mansion can have access to it, but I am the only one attuned to it.
Only you can hear it?
And see and feel.
Show me.
He gets up from his armchair and waves his hoof to create a portal. Follow me. And he walks through.
Midnight gets up and follows.
And you find yourself in the library.
You keep it in the library?
It seems to, how to say, be comfortable here. And you walk around a corner. Well, he does.
I follow.
And there are no torches or anything in this section of the library, but the room is still lit with a greenish glow.
Not creepy whatsoever.
That is sometimes interrupted by rays of purple light.
Creepy yet pretty.
You might find the object that I'm about to show you mundane or unremarkable even. But believe me, it is anything but. And he rounds another corner.
Follows.
And as you follow, Script stands to one side of a gem that is higher than you, has a prismatic form, it is glowing bright green, has purple stripes in it, and a few gray ones too, and one gray stripe going right through the middle. horizontally.
Whoa. Did you say this was mundane?
Well, there are gems that look similar to it, even in Equestria. But those are just normal gems.
Even still.
Oh, and it rotates a little. Slowly.
Even still, it's impressive. Remember, I don't see gems that often. I'm not a gem master.
Fair enough.
Walks closer to it.
You feel as if it's kind of calling out to you, beckoning you closer.
Is it calling to me?
Script raises an eyebrow. I don't know. Is it?
Takes a step forward, closer, perking my ears up.
You hear a cacophony of voices.
Tries to hear
All
what
of-
I'm saying.
It's hard for you to make out because all of them are panicking. And there must be thousands of them.
If you can hear me, seriously, I can't hear a word you're saying. You need to speak either with one voice or with... as one or with only one.
And one voice kind of breaks through the din, telling you to touch them.
Turns to script. They're telling me to touch the gem.
I personally have never done it.
What?
I never touched the thing.
How'd you get it in here?
Well, I used a chair to push it along.
Why would you not want to touch it?
It feels wrong for me. Just getting close so I can hear it gives me a feeling of unease.
Midnight turns back to the gem. What happens if I do touch it?
I honestly do not know.
Midnight chuckles. I wasn't actually talking to you.
Oh. Very well then. And he sits down looking at you.
Turns back to the gem again. What happens if I touch it? I need to know.
Suddenly the rotation of the gem stops entirely. And a little, like, glowing paw print appears on the thing. The exact same size and shape as your left paw.
I won't touch it unless I know what's going to happen.
You feel a flooding of the emotion of a warm emotion and the feeling of security washing over you.
What? How are you doing that?
No answer.
Damn it. Why?
But you get the feeling that whatever that thing is, it is not having any malicious intent towards you.
Looks back at script for a second. I hope this
He
doesn't-
looks at you. He looks at you questioningly.
If this kills us, sorry. Places my paw on top of the glowing paw print.
You feel your entire body seize up for a moment, and then do not see through your eyes anymore.
Mm-hmm.
But instead you're standing on top of a cliff, looking down into a horde of all kinds of creatures, some of them looking as if they are giant sentient crabs. And they're all running from something. And... Okay, go on.
Looks around, wondering, trying to see what they're running from.
You see a giant wall of fire rolling towards them. And behind it, a ginormous being made out of black smoke with red eyes.
The fifth.
And a moment later, the wall of fire catches up with all of them and the screaming ceases. Only the smell of burnt flesh and clothes remaining lingering in the air.
Takes my paw off. If I can.
You can.
And falls to the ground.
Script hurries up to you and checks if you're okay.
I'm okay. I think I just saw what happened in the last universe. Or something. The fifth destroyed it.
It's kind of a thing.
And yet this is the first time we've managed to stop it? At least for now?
Looks like it.
All those people. Sentient crabs.
Crabs?
Yeah. Wearing clothes.
Interesting. That's certainly something I have not come across.
Killed by fire.
Ouch. You sure you're okay?
Yeah, I think I could only see it because I've got his magic.
And the gem starts rotating slightly again.
I think it's a warning.
And the gem starts to hum, but the hum for you sounds like the wailing of 1,000, of 1,000,000, of 1,000,000,000 souls.
Get me out of here.
Script picks you up, puts you onto his back, and carries you out of the library. And into the corridor outside.
Midnight covers your ears the entire time.
And yet you still hear it in your mind. Until the door closes behind you.
Why did they show me that?
It is very hard to explain, Midnight. But maybe, just maybe, they want to be remembered.
I don't think I could ever forget.
You had a vision, did you?
I saw them all burn.
You know, once upon a time, that gem gave me a vision or two as well. But I didn't have to touch it for it.
What did you see?
The failing of the four.
Is that how you came up with this plan? To give it to me?
Yes.
Had you really
In the
ever
version,
tried that?
apparently our predecessors were too proud to try to give it to another. And to be precise, there was no trustworthy being to entrust that power to, no. But since I do not have their memories, you must imagine those were completely different beings. I cannot say for certain. All I know is that the fifths took them out one by one.
Did they look like you?
Not at all.
Were they crabs?
No. At least I don't think so.
So there was a morph boy among them?
Yes. Morpheus was definitely present. Though the version of him that I saw was just black smoke that screamed in agony as it was devoured. We failed. Or at least our predecessors did.
Well, at least we succeeded.
For now.
Kisses Script's cheek again. For always.
He blushes bright red, then looks at you. I sure hope so.
Come on now. It's time for sleep. And also, you need to explain that room of yours.
Which room?
The one with the whips.
He looks at you, raising an eyebrow. You went to my workout room?
Workout room? Why would
Workout
you have
room.
whips in a workout room?
Because I've got a walking thingy in there that I used to gallop on to keep myself in shape. And if I'm not, in the mood to do that, I have Angel Bunny with me.
So many questions. Anyway, come on.
You enjoying yourself, Nightfall?
Eh?
I think it's actually time.
And just as you are on your way to back to the living room, you, my dear Midnight, feel a pulse of magic, and suddenly a weight appears on your head. And Script kind of looks at you, raising an eyebrow.
I didn't do that. Takes it off my head and looks around.
you see Chase in your paws, looking at you.
Hey! Chase, what are you doing here? You hadn't come home. Auntie was worried about you. Chase looks over at
Script.
Ooh, you script?
Yes, guilty as charged.
Mommy's told me all about you.
Script looks at you, then at Chase. Oh, really? What did she tell you, little guy?
Just all about your huge mansion and all the stuff that you're doing, and ooh, that I'm actually a Scrox.
Yes, you are.
So, can I have some delicious food?
He, stomps his hoof twice on the ground, and Angel Bunny appears, bowing. Just tell him what you want to eat.
I want Scrox food.
Angel Bunny kind of raises an eyebrow, then looks at Script, and then looks at Chase. I don't think we have that in the pantry.
Aww, but Mommy said it tasted good.
Script hands a little gem to Angel Bunny, who looks a little bit incredulous at Script, but then places it on a wall, opening a portal, goes through, and comes back with this giant lump of meaty-looking plant matter.
Wait, that's it? Yes, that's it. That doesn't look that good.
Angel raises a paw, points at Chase, then puts one finger in front of his lips, indicating that Chase should just wait a moment.
Okay, I'll wait. He jumps onto Script's head.
Hey!
Ooh, you are fluffy.
Fluffy?
Yeah, Mommy said you were fluffy and handsome. Chase! Midnight grabs Chase. Shush.
Meanwhile, Angel Bunny has disappeared into the kitchens, almost breaking his back, carrying this giant thing.
Shush. Wait for your food.
And a moment later, he returns with a bowl of steaming hot stew.
Chase sniffs the air.
On a platter with a cupcake as dessert.
Chase sniffs the air, runs over, and grins in delight, eating it up. You're right, Mummy. This is delicious. I need to go visit my Scrox. Brothers. Siblings? Friends?
Brethren, I think would be the right term in this regard.
Could you take me?
Not now, Chase. Not now. Maybe later. We kind of had a long day.
Oh, yeah. Did you defeat the guy? I'm guessing
Script looks
still here.
Script looks at Midnight, raising an eyebrow.
Midnight shrugs. I don't keep anything from my son. Besides, he is 27. Or at least I thought he was. I've been treating him as an adult for a while, so meh.
27? That's kind of the toddler age for a Scrox.
Believe it or not, he takes it in stride. He is living on his own, too. Just outside my cave. Calm down. In a tree.
Yeah, okay. Okay. Script waves the hoof at Angel Bunny, giving him the instruction to take care of little Chase, which he accepts with a salute and sits down next to Chase as he is eating.
Very, very messily.
Mm-hmm. And he's already frowning, thinking of all the cleaning up he'll have to do in a bit.
Midnight walks up to Script. Yeah, sorry about that.
It's no problem at all. That's what I pay him for.
Yeah, well, I shouldn't have told Chase that he can teleport.
Might have been a bad idea, yes.
Hey, I'm sorry.
Because now he'll also always be in your fur.
He's a good kid. I mean, he could have teleported in while I was fighting Fist.
True enough. Well, that would have been messy.
Mm-hmm. That's when I would have ripped him limb from limb.
Anyhow, so... You think I'm handsome?
Midnight blushes bright red. Well, they were asking about you and stuff, and, yeah,
He kind of grins and moves a little bit closer. And fluffy.
Well, we nuzzled a bit, and yeah, well, compared to most ponies that I've, so, makes sense, yeah.
And Script puts a hoof behind your head and drags you into a kiss.
Midnight blushes even redder, but kisses back.
And when he releases you, he looks into your eyes and smirks slightly.
Midnight rolls her eyes. Oh, shush. Nudging him.
Yeah, love you too.
At which point Midnight freezes. And nearly falls over.
Script puts her onto his back again and starts walking.
After shaking her head a little bit and getting over the shock, she nuzzles into his mane.
And he steps into the elevator, and when he steps out again, you see that you are in the bedroom.
Midnight yawns. I love you.
Are you tired?
Yeah.
That's good to hear.
Midnight
He
chuckles.
uses his magic to actually levitate you off his back and onto the bed, pulling the covers over you. And then lays next to you, snuggling up to you and kissing your nose.
Midnight chuckles a little before yawning again, showing her sharp, sharp, sharp teeth, and nuzzles back.
And this is where we do a cut for now.
I have no idea where we're going from this from later.
Oh, I already do.
I mean, it's pretty obvious where this is going to go in the off time. I don't know where it's going to go next time it's on camera, but it's pretty obvious where it's going to go off camera. But you gotta be careful. You gotta make sure it's monetized. That would make it not advertised friendly.
Hey, I'm demonetized anyway.
Oh, okay, then never mind.
Like, My channel got demonetized, you know that, right?
Yeah. So did mine.
For duplication.
What an odd thing to be got for.
They claim I'm uploading other people's stuff.
Well, I mean, you are in a sense, but it's clearly, even if you wanted to, like, even in the most basic form, it's very clearly fair use.
Yeah, they don't see it that way.
It's YouTube.
No, have you ever looked at the new terms of service in terms of YouTube?
Nope. I don't keep up to date with the terms of service.
Okay, you two, before we go into a whole big long chat.
Yeah, we should really end this. But before we do, let me just pull something up real quick. For all of you who are in the chat and in the stream, you can actually support us now without becoming a patron and actually get something out of it.
Oh, yes!
Because there is a Teespring store. Which link I just posted into the chat.
Gotta plug that merch.
And for you guys watching online, on the YouTube part, I shall grab it. Stop moving.
I have it there already there.
Oh.
Copy and paste there.
Perfect.
So everyone roll for Constitution against cuteness. Oh my god, Deathlight! So yeah. So we have a Teespring store where you can get stickers, bags, shirts, sweatshirts, mugs, all kinds of things. 3 pages of merch.
Which Visual has very kindly done. And I will be hopefully designing a few things as well to put out.
Yeah, there are also phone cases, no matter if you have an iPhone or a Samsung. It actually surprised me that they have the distinction there. And with that, my dear viewers, or our dear viewers, this shall be the end of this stream. I hope you enjoyed it. Please let us know in the chat if you did. And yeah. Ta-ta!
Stay brawny and keep watching that moon.